Thank you for joining Not a Great Whisperer podcast. This is your host, Katy Rey. I am joining you with myself today, and I'm going to start that all over. Let's start it again. Welcome to Not a Great Whisperer podcast. This is your host, Katy Rey. I am coming to you from the studio to really discuss some topics that are big right now. I want you to learn today a few things from this episode. This episode's called Mask On, Mask Off. That please do research before you come out to people on social media with your opinion or your conspiracy theories. Do some solid research, because I'm a huge fan of listening to experts in the field of science. Data does not lie unless, of course, you skew numbers. So I do want you to learn to do your research, do your due diligence, and stop just taking Facebook and being like, oh, that's a legit article. Let me just post this again to throw some extra fear at people that are dealing with a lot of anxiety through this. COVID is real, right? So the pandemic is real. Our kids are going to talk about this when they're older, about what they went through and mask wearing and trying to protect their grandparents, because of course that was the fear in the very, very beginning of just staying home, how the economy took a hit, how small businesses were closing. That's a real thing. COVID is real. And third, I want you to take a long look at yourself in the mirror and see what you've done to help somebody else. So I say that because the selfishness of this country and the anger that, of course, is shown on the media every day, but the conflict that is starting between everyone because of mask wearing, because your rights are taken away. I would like to bring up that My Body, My Choice is actually for pro-choice protests, not for your mask shit. That is for women to be able to make that decision about their own body. So that's ridiculous that people are saying that, because you got the wrong protest going on. And the spike in men, if it's even true, I haven't seen exact data on it, because they think it's not masculine to wear a mask. That is the biggest load of shit. Like, what is wrong with our masculinity stereotype here? Wear your fucking masks. If it helps somebody, a worker who has their livelihood is actually serving others or going to the hospital and serving you as a healthcare worker, why would you not just wear this piece of cloth over your face? I'm not throwing opinions, but if the percentages go down, why are we not just doing that? Why are we not looking at other countries who have put this into place and have helped them get back on track? Why are we so quick to start an argument rather than just see the big picture of bringing the numbers down? As a mother of 3 who has a husband who is an essential worker, he wears his mask, he takes the guidelines, precautions seriously. Of course, nobody wants to wear the mask. I don't like sweating under my mask, but this is getting so childish. And if you, from the outside, would look at some of the things you post out on the internet and be like, wow, that sounds fucking dumb. I just wish people would do more of the research. Yes, the media will hype things up. Fear factor is real. Like, they want you to stay in fear, but that doesn't negate the fact that you should still be helping the economy bring the numbers down. We're about to start school in August. I don't even know what that looks like for people. The anxiety is real. How often are teachers going to get tested? We have baseball players getting tested like every 2 days. But is anybody looking out for our education and all of our workers inside of schools? Most schools are in really old freaking buildings. So even if you clean that shit, it's probably still going to stay dirty. And you're bringing kids who might not get hit as hard, but which some do because they have underlying issues. But then you're getting them to go home to their grandparents, to go home to adult aunts and uncles, cousins, older people, and nobody is really looking to help others. And I find it very, very, very disheartening that I have people I've known for years putting up the fight and the conspiracy theory and the hate and destroying masks on retail hangers because they think it's their right. It's really disgusting out there. And I think one of the most important things is trying to actually see the experience from someone else's eyes. So maybe you can, for a minute, put yourself in a person's shoes who may be pregnant, autoimmune, cancer survivor. I think nobody is looking to really think of anyone but themselves. And I'm not saying nobody. I know there's a lot of people out there following the guidelines, but it's scary out there. We stay home a lot. We stay home as much as we can because I want to look out for others, but I don't trust other people. I think when the numbers weren't as high and now they're spiking, which of course you can look into it and say, we have a ton of numbers, we have a ton of tests, not as many deaths, but why do we want death numbers? Why do you want to take death tolls every day? Why do you want to put hospital workers through that where they're the last person that person sees before they die? I think the conspiracy theories need to be backed by data, factual data from scientists, doctors, people in the field. And you have to just stop this on both sides, political parties. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. And if you can't look in the mirror after this episode and just say, what have I been doing to help this country bring the numbers down? And you can't even list anything, then you need to maybe make a change. Change is always good. I know we're scared of it. So opinions, keep them to yourself unless based on fact. I think it's important to show real stories of people dying alone, of scared pregnant women who are going through COVID. I know I went through postpartum during this pandemic, and it was a lot on me, and the patience my family showed for me and the support I got was tremendous, but things could have gone different ways. I also think just because they say wear a mask doesn't mean you shouldn't also start changing some things in your lifestyle. Start eating a little better, start working out more, maybe outside walks, do things like that. I'm not saying because they're saying wear a mask, don't do anything else that's positive in your life. Oh, I'm just wearing a mask, I'm not going to do anything else to help my immune system. But it doesn't mean if you're just doing the immune system that you don't have to wear a mask. I think wearing a mask is for others. It's really not always for you unless, of course, you have an illness or underlying health conditions that could make COVID even worse. I always tell people, do not get stuck in the vortex of social media and reading all these articles and everything all day, because it'll really tear you down and it'll really scare you about everything going on. Because I've been there. My demeanor changes. It's really hard for me to focus that day with the kids. It's really hard for me to focus on my goals for the day, my to-do list. But I think COVID is real. We can all say that, especially now with Florida spiking up. You can tell me, if I reached out to you, you would tell me someone you know that has COVID. So it's real. Will it affect everybody the same? No. Will it always have lasting effects from, will it last the same on everybody? No, the 14 days is a estimate of how long you should quarantine for. I think people are like, oh, I got it. We'll wait 14 days. I'm going to go just hang out at parties. Should we be smart about parties and gatherings? Yes. Is human connection real? And do we miss it? Of course. Make your bubble a little larger, but still take the precautions. If wearing a mask helps you gather with more people, wear the mask and stop saying it's because of protests or it's because of this or restaurants open. There's no facts in that. What I do know is we are not taking this for real, and we are not looking to each other to say, you know what, I'm going to wear this mask for you today. Or I'm going to wear, it's more of, this is my right. Just like freedom of speech. I don't need to wear a mask on my face. It's so childish and exhausting. Just wear the mask. And if you think it's because the government's trying to control you, they actually can't really identify you very well with a mask on. So how would that be controlling? And I just stop waiting for the vaccine and everything will be okay. I mean, I am pro-vaccine, but this isn't going to just go away. We need to take the necessary steps, look into things that are making a positive impact on others, and if I lose listeners because I'm saying put the mask on, men, you don't need to look masculine. I saw a website of, I can't even deal. It said, masks, get these. They make you look masculine. No images, no cartoons, no colors. It's just a dark mask to wear. Like, really? I would actually rather see a man with a bright colored mask. I would talk to him. But I think it's getting ridiculous out there. Just follow the guidelines. Yes, maybe the CDC or the WHO exaggerates, but it doesn't take away the fact that we're still in a pandemic and we're actually seeing more numbers, not because we're testing more, because there are more, because people are gathering bigger and people are not taking precautions and people are maybe doing buffet style at a family function and getting everyone sick. And just know, do it for yourself. Do it for your everyday. Take that one small step to help someone else and protect the people all around you. It's just really important for us to stop, make that change for our own sanity as well, because why sit there fighting over a mask when you can literally just wear one and do all the other things on the side for your immune system where you're just getting healthy and you're feeling better, so that if it does happen, which I'm seeing the sweep come, that you'll feel better when you're healing or trying to get over that hump. I know multiple people who have COVID. Have I seen them? No. But I know multiple people that have COVID. I've talked to them. I've asked them about their symptoms, and they range from so many different aspects. You can't sit there and say it's going to affect me this way because I work out all the time. I'm going to feel great. It's going to be fine. It's just going to go past. Well, you might get someone else sick. It's just like, shut the fuck up and think of someone else. That's it. Wear your mask. It's not about what you look like under that mask. Stay 6 feet away so you can take off your mask. Do whatever the fuck you have to do to keep our numbers down, especially in Florida. Stop waiting for the next order of when school's opening or I need my kids out of my house. You know, they might bring something back to you that might not be something you want. So if you think about this at all, stop complaining. Just do. No one's trying to control you. Do your research, wear a mask for others, and stop worrying about people taking away your rights. It's a fucking mask. All right, that's it for me today. I just wanted a quick episode to talk about mask on, mask off. And you'll see me in my new fashionable mask in these pictures. And we are coming from BKN Creative Studio in Ybor. I am Katy Rey. You can find me on Not a Great Whisper. On IG, you can find me at The Real Crey, Krey, and you can hear us on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Google Play Music. I hope everyone stays safe out there. Be smart. Stay healthy.